Trading FOREX, will never need no record deal. Making my own investment, market printing me money. Peace, guys. Welcome back to ZENSFXHUB, where fundamentals are simplified. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my top weekly setups for this week of things I'm gonna be looking at. And before I do, I like to talk about fundamentals a little bit and just things that I'm looking at for this week, right? So we have PMI coming out for for the euro. We got PMI coming out for the US. We got unemployment claims coming out for the US. We have the chairman in Switzerland actually speaking, and we have retail sales coming out for Canada. Now, this PMI number, is actually forecasted to come out 49.3, which is lower than the previous reading. Now, I just want to say, right, if we end up getting a much lesser reading than what's forecasted, then this kind of goes with the overall picture of the U.S. Having more downside for right now, and in my prediction for the remainder of the year, right? And I'm explaining this to you. So if you don't pay attention to like every single piece of fundamentals that drop, like retail sales, average hourly earnings, stuff like that, pay attention to the four things, right? Which is GDP, unemployment rate, inflation, and interest rates, right? These are the four things that actually show you the overall health of an economy, of a country, from a big wide lens, right? And then the other things are just small little pieces. And I know I said this a bunch of times, but this is for people who are new. The other things are just small little pieces to help, paint the bigger picture. So if you look at the United States, right, that data-wise, right, we have GDP actually decreasing, slowing down, month over month and annually. Then we have the unemployment rate actually increasing only by 0.1%, which is not too bad, but we're still seeing a uptick in unemployment. We have inflation actually dropped, right? It was forecasted to come out at 2.5%, which was 0.3% less than the previous reading. But the fact that the reading came out at 2.4% less than what was forecasted, shows that inflation is actually cooling off within the United States. And this leaves a little bit more room for the Fed to come in and to do rate cuts, right? And then we have interest rates still, they paused doing rate cuts. But I just want to keep in mind that there is still a possibility that we might see 2 rate cuts for the remainder of the year from the Fed, right? So if that's the case, then we will see the US dollar continue to decrease in value, okay? So based off these 4 macro things, GDP slowing, unemployment rate going up, inflation cooling off, the Fed pausing to do rate cuts but saying that there's still rate cuts on the table later down the line, this helps the story of a weaker dollar, okay? Which is good for things like gold, good for things like if you're buying EU, selling USD JPY, selling USD CAD, USD Chef, buying GBP USD. All right, so just wanted to throw that in there just to give you guys a little bit of where my mind is when it comes to United States. Okay, so when it comes to gold, right, I had some really great trades on gold the week before last. Peace, guys. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to talk about this ebook that I created for all types of traders, just to help you get some information to help you navigate these new markets, okay? We are no longer trading under Biden. The markets have changed completely and will be different for the next 4 years. And I'm not saying that this ebook is going to, be the holy grail or the Bible to trading, and every time you place a trade, you're going to win. I just feel like if you have certain information on your side, it can help you, make an educated guess to be on the right side of the markets more than, less, okay? So this little blueprint right here I created just to give you guys a little glimpse of what's within the ebook. So if you feel like you want more of this information, please email me at the email below, ZENSFXHUB@gmail.com. Or you can click the link in this bio and it would take you directly to the link of the ebook, okay? So I trust this helps you out. And I just like to also add that I actually use this information for my own personal trading, and I have been doing really well these past 2 months trading these markets with this information, okay? So again, email me or click the link in this video and it will take you directly to the ebook. And let's go ahead and get back to the charts. And I made a really great amount of money because I had bought gold here and I think I took profit somewhere around here. and it was such a beautiful swing. Like I had a trade here, I had a trade somewhere here, I had a trade somewhere here, and then it was just beautiful, right? I had like 5 trades open on gold, but that sniper that I got right here, which is amazing. And then I actually re-entered gold last week, 2 days before the market closed. I had entered gold because it came down into my gold zone, and I like the way like we rejected off the gold zone on the daily time frame. Okay, now granted, the market can easily come down, and retest this level right here where we made new highs, or it can come back down here to retest this level right here. And if that happens, then obviously my stop loss will get hit and I would take a loss. But if we end up dropping down to this level here or this level here, then this just gives me another opportunity to buy it at a cheaper price and fucking swing it up to gold making new highs, right? Similar to what we seen here. Oops. Similar to what we what the heck? Similar to what we seen here. Like, sorry guys, I'm just, what the hell's going on? Similar to what we seen here, like we had the nice crash and then like a good opportunity for us to buy at a better level. So again, this could easily just continue to rip and shoot up and make new highs, or it can come back down to retest here and a retest here. I'm not here to predict anything. I'm just here to react to what the market is giving me. Okay, so as of right now, I have this one trade open right now on gold. If we end up pushing down a little bit lower and respect this level, I would look to enter it again. And if we come down a little bit lower, I'll be looking to enter there as well. But as of right now, I have one trade on gold, and I'm just waiting for either some more of a pullback to the downside, or for us to continue to push up, right? And then maybe come back down to retest this level where we made new highs, and then buy somewhere around here, and then continue to hold to the upside. Okay, so buying in this area, buying this in this area, or buying in this area is what I'm looking at for gold, just to put it plain and simple. Silver. Silver is back on my weekly setups, right? Because I haven't traded silver since we had that 18% drop to the downside after we had the announcement of tariffs on April 2nd. So what I'm looking for, right? I could see myself possibly pulling this trigger on this trade and buying from this level right here. Or just to be a little bit more conservative, I might wait till we actually hit my alert and then buy in this area, and then take it back up to old highs, right? So I'm just kind of on the sidelines again. Reason why is because if we do end up pushing here, then I can continue to see us going up higher. But if I stay a little bit conservative and just kind of wait until the market gives what more movement, then I could possibly see silver even coming back down here to retest this level, and then I can buy from this area and then hold up to previous highs, right? So I'm looking to buy here. This will be a great area to buy, and then possibly I might open up the trade and just go ahead and buy from this level. But I'm gonna just weigh out my options and kind of see what the market is doing next week when it opens back up, and then make a decision from there. Okay, so again, buying at this level, or waiting for a much bigger pullback and buy at that level, and that's what I'm looking at for silver. All right, I also have a trade open on AJ, excuse me. AJ has been playing with my emotions, and this shit is like annoying a little bit. But within this gold zone, when you see this gold box, that is areas where I'm looking to either buy from or sell within. Buy within or sell within, right? And it's the fact that we just kept, we came down, shut up, came down, shut up, came down. But what I like about this trade is the fact that even when we pull back up, and I'll go ahead and change this color. Even when we go ahead and pull back up, we're still not like really making like highs. We're not making lower highs and lower lows. Excuse me, we're not making higher highs and higher lows, right? We're just coming up and then just falling, coming up again and falling. We're coming up again and falling, right? So as long as we stay within this gold zone, even if the market decides to push up here, right? And even if the market decides to push up here, right? And then continue down, I'm cool with that. Even if it pushes up, hit my stop loss, but then it gives me like a nice wick, like a bearish wick, then I would enter the trade again and sell from this area up top. So, but I do see AJ continuing to the downside, because I just feel like when it comes to the yen again, gold bonds, the Swiss and the yen are safe haven. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of uncertainty. I know I keep repeating myself, but this is what it is, right? Um, so a lot of investors are buying up the Swiss. A lot of investors are buying up the yen, right? So this is why I see more downside for my yen pairs. And then on top of that, I've been singing this song for since last year. The yen is the only country that has rate hikes on the table. The only country. Last year, rate cuts happened from Canada, from Europe, from the EU, excuse me, from the EU, and from the United States. But rate hikes was coming from the yen. So, and um um and also with Switzerland, right? With the chef, they were doing rate cuts as well. So this is why I still feel like there's still more movement to the upside for the yen, which is makes things like AJ, EJ, CJ, whatever J you whatever yen pair you're trading go down, and things like USD JPY will continue to be affected by the yen having more movement to the downside. Because again, going back to what I said earlier, the United States cooling off, the United States decreasing in value and being weak, when you compare that to the yen is getting bought up, and then the yen has rate hikes on the table. When you compare that to the United States, this is why I'll be looking for sales on USD JPY. And if we go ahead and look at that real quick, right? um um I need a pullback before I would enter USD JPY, right? I would like to see a retest back to this level, then sell from here, and then continue to hold, take profit here, and then take profit here. Or if we don't get a big pullback, I would like to get like a nice strong break of structure, possible retest here, and then sell down, right? So I'll be looking to sell from here or from this level, okay? But that's why I don't have it on my top weekly setups, because again, I just need I need a pullback, or I need to break a structure, a pullback within this level, and then a continuation to the downside. So going back to AJ, yes, I still see a lot more strength within the yen when it comes to the yen, and this is why I have the sell open, and then I even have a sell open on CAD JPY as well. And again, it's the same story, right? Came up into my goal zone. And then you see how the weekly candle closed, right? It's just closed like nice and bearish. So I could see us continuing to the downside for this trade, right? Even if we decide to come back up a little bit, excuse me. Even if we decide to come back up a little bit and play within this goal zone, I'm still going to hold this trade. I would obviously get hit TP, but as long as we keep respecting within this level, even if we start ranging, I would look for another opportunity to sell and take it back down to the downside. But as of right now, I'm okay with this trade. And then if we look at EU, what I wanted for EU, I wanted EU to pull back down within my goal zone so I could buy. Now, EU can do two things, right? It can give us a pullback down here and then buy from that level, or it can give us a pullback down to here where we can buy it at a cheaper price and then continue to swing up, right? And I also want to show you guys something, right? I want to show you this because last year I wasn't really trading EU because it was just stuck within this range, right? It's been in this range since February 2023, January, you could say, right? So it's just been stuck in this range, right? Every time we came back up to this level, we dropped down, then we came down here, respected this level, then went back up, then dropped down, and then it was just like, wasn't really no real break of structure above, these two levels, which has been bouncing back and forth at. And then we kind of got like a nice break below, and then we came back up to kind of retest. But what you got to remember, right, is this is why looking at structure is important, because, okay, yes, we got the break of structure, and then we got a slight retest. You could have made some, some really great money. So then this was about almost a 4% drop to the downside. So that's like a nice trade that you could have took. But once we started to see higher highs and higher lows forming, and this is a weekly time frame. Once we would have seen the market, kind of doing something like this, that could have, been a signal like, all right, I don't think we're going to continue to go down lower. I think we might, push back into this range, which it did. Even though we came back into this range, you could still see nice, beautiful structure, right? We got the low, higher high, higher low. No, not higher low. So we got the low, we got the higher high, then we got the higher low here, higher high, higher low, and then we got this higher high here. So what I'm looking to see is for us to make another another higher low, whether we come back down here or whether we come back down here and then continue to push up. Okay, so this is why I like this trade a lot, because it's just the structure is just beautiful, right? Nice bullish structure. So all I'm looking for is a pullback, and then I just want to buy at these levels, and then we look back in time. As you can see, we actually came back up to retest old highs, right? I know it's not a straight line, but yeah, we came back and retest old highs. So if we get a pullback, then I would like to take profit in areas like this. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for the week. All my other game pairs is ugly. I'm just focused on these 5 pairs. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I'm looking at for the week. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email me. You can hit me up on Discord. Whatever you want to do, I'm here. And I'll see you guys later on this week. Peace.